Very, very early days in Paisley, when I lived on 13 Paisley Street, and I remember Christmas, like it is for a lot of people, a special, really special time because we were excited. We didn't get much people. I think we just get a new penny, and um, the main thing I remember about games is I think the only game I got was a compendium of games, and I thought it was fantastic because with Ludo and everything else, snakes and ladders, and I treasured that. And I think the only other thing we did get was we used to get an orange, like chocolate orange in silver paper, and we used to think we probably got one or two boots, but we used to go down to Cinderella Home, um, get we used to get a book, probably an old book and something else. And then also my father at that time used to go to the Central Division Working Men's Club in Clayton Lane. And they used to have a party, not at Christmas Day, but probably a couple of days before, 2 or 3 days before. And we used to get a little bag of nuts and an apple and orange. And then again we got them in a penny. And I think we had sandwiches, we were potted meat sandwiches and jelly. But I used to think it was absolutely incredible that time. But one particular Christmas I remember, my Auntie Kathleen used to come to a lot to his house on Purple Street. I think we used to play cards. And we had a room where we lived in, and at the other side was the best room, I call it the best room. We never really went in because I used to keep we used to have a fender and two boxes at each side. I used to keep my cigarette cards in there. And apart from that, it was always felt cold in there, and we never used it. We used to be in this kitchen all the time. And I remember this Christmas Eve with my Auntie Kathleen had come and probably having a couple of drinks from the mother, and I don't know when they got to work because he used to work at the hotel. And I was so excited. I went to bed and I was so excited about Christmas, and I woke up about 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, I can't remember what time, and went downstairs and there was this figure on the couch. I thought it was a ghost. And right made that from upstairs and got my mother out of bed. My Auntie Kathleen sleeping on the couch. And little things like that. I remember moving from Paisley Street. I was 8 years old actually. I remember walking, having this big roll of, well, it seemed a big roll of line at the time, and I remember putting it on my shoulder and going past St. Luke's, and it seemed endless up to the street. And I think our Winnipeg were, walking our Winnipeg up, and we got to Main Street, and my grandma was there, and was dead. And, I don't know what my mother was doing, she was probably busy cleaning the house, but my grandma made us these. We sat on the kitchen floor, cement floor, and I can't remember what time of the year it was. And she made us these, I don't think about it now, but she made us these sugar sandwiches. I couldn't eat sugar. I couldn't eat sugar sandwiches to save my life now. I don't like sugar. But, it's like, we'll be having these sugar sandwiches, and she'd probably have a drink of pop. And at that time, we thought the house was lovely because we had a bathroom. But it must have been near winter because I think it was the first winter we were there. My dad used to, the kitchen, the bathroom was really, really cold. It was a cement floor again, and the windows were all, I don't know what it was, iron. They were iron frame windows.
All rusty.
All rusty. Really rusty. And it used to be ice, there used to be icicles, and my dad used to put his teeth in this glass, probably water and put in the glass. And if I were up before the next morning, it used to be solid in this glass, and I used to be chipping them. And I used to, I remember throwing, getting them out of the glass and throwing them with there, and there was his teeth stuck in the middle of this glass, and at the time, and then a little bit later on, I got friends with, quite a lot of friends really, and Charlie Brown was dead now, and Nick Rankin and Monica Martin. We used to, I think every night in the week we used to go out, play a little bit of football, winter cricket. I was never any good at it, but then we used to have a game of cards, and we probably had few coppers or a couple of bob on us, and we used to go around and get a jalopy, you know, when we were 17, and walk down home. And in summer we used to stand out Main Street by the lamppost, and it seemed to be so warm in those days in summer, whether it was or not, I don't know. And we used to be talking well, you know, after midnight. And you know, they were great times really. A lot of things to remember. And I remember growing up, I said it before, you know, selling firewood and trying to make as much money. You know, I used to love making money, and I used to like spending it and so on. And I used to like treating people. I used to like, you know, treating my mum for pictures. And I said my dad used to come home from work, he retired, and he used to have his big mug of tea by the fire after he did his evening meal and fall asleep, read paper, read Telegraph Nights. Nobody could have the Telegraph until my dad did. And many times I'd look, I wanted to see what old pictures, and he wouldn't let you take a little bit of paper, which I wouldn't like myself. And you just have to wait until he'd finish reading it, and then he used to fall asleep, and just get Telegraph. And you know, you can't imagine a lot of things in those days what we used to throw you in the middle, you know, went on today. But I mean, everybody were alike. Oh, you know, most of the neighbours were good neighbours on. In fact, I think 95-96% of them on Main Street were in the same boat as we were. They were hard working. There was nobody stealing, nobody doing any damage. You never thought about anybody. Nobody had anything to steal. I mean, so that was probably one reason.
Well, one of the things that I can remember is that it seems ridiculous now, but my mother used to leave key hanging down letterbox. I mean, anybody could. Why she did it that way, I don't know, because she might as well just have left it outside, because anybody could have got it.
Well, everybody did that. See, this was a known thing that everybody. I mean, I've come home from school many a time, and as you say, you'd let yourself in. Probably light a fire. I mean, I remember lighting fires. I don't know how old it was. But, you know, my mother used to set it, or my dad, I can't remember which, but we used to set the fire every morning. You know, they'd put paper on, and wood or whatever, or firelighters, if you could afford firelighters, I don't know. But never that, you know, it used to take years to get it going. When it got going, you said, got fire going. But everybody did this. Everybody left the key hanging down. Some kiddies at school, you'd see them have it down the neck with a key hanging down, but ours were always, as you say, ours were always behind the door. And as I say, you know, going up to, I started work when I had a paper round, still when I was 14. And I started work at Levi's in tailoring. And I had to get somebody to take the paper round. Because I was working, I worked till 6:30, 6:00, sometimes later. And the paper round, it used to start at 4:30. You used to have to be there at 4:30 to collect and deliver and so. And I got this lad, I won't mention his name obviously, but I got him to take the first one I got. He went twice to collect the papers delivered, and then the third night he didn't go, so the telegraph just rung me up. I must have told him where I worked, and rung me up, and Levi let me out a couple of times to take these papers, and I got somebody else to take them. And he started taking a little bit of money out, you know, and so that went on for about 3 weeks, and we were only collecting half the money, you know, I said he was collecting half the money, so I finished up, I had to decide what I was going to do. And we didn't get a lot, you know, I used to decide myself what, at that early age, what, you know, what nobody advised me what to do or what not to do, so I sold it for, I can remember what I sold it for. I sold it for £2.10 to a chap called Myers. Remember Myers? He used to do all Canterbury, did Myers. They had a big paper round in Myers. And finished up, I had to sell it to him for 15 dozen. And you know, I used to go to the fire station. I used to deliver in the fire station, and I used to sell about. Sometimes in the fire station, I used to sell about 20 papers. And I used to be going up to the fire station thinking, I don't need a fire, because if there were a fire, I didn't sell it. And, but I said, you know, I used to do anything, well, mostly anything to try and earn a little bit of money, because we didn't get any spend. I don't remember ever getting spending money. You used to have to make what you can, and you haven't any, you didn't buy anything. But the early days is, like during the war again, when we used to go to 8, my brother used to go to 8 o'clock mass, and we used to go with them, not because we wanted to go to 8 o'clock mass, because we used to, if you went to 8 o'clock mass, there used to be I can't remember the name, but there used to be a news agency at Park Lane, and when you come out at 9 o'clock, you go there for your paper, the Sunday paper, and they used to have sweets, and it takes some believing today when you see all these sweets and goodies about, but there were no sweets in those days. And if you went at 9 o'clock, it'd let you have 2 ounces of jelly babies and 2 ounces of something else, and if you'd have gone later on, there was nothing left. And that's the reason, I used to get up early and go to 8 o'clock mass, so you can buy the sweet. I mean, there were no comics, there were no comics as such. I don't know any books at all. Just the papers. I don't think there were all the Sunday papers. I think there were only about 4. I can remember only 4 Sunday papers at that time. And the other part of my life, which sticks out quite a lot, is when I had to go in the forces. I was 18 and 3 months. I went in April. Both days of December, I went in April. And I remember moving away from home. I was probably being a mummy's boy, and I was frightened to death. And I remember I got a lad down in Woodrow called Smith, was going, he's dead now, unfortunately, but he was going at the same time, the same place as I was, so I asked him what to call down for him, so we could go together. And I remember calling down for him with a few things what I had, and we're getting on the train we got on the train at Foster Square, and went to Fadgate, and I suppose like going to prison at that time, because I thought, I don't know where I was going, what I was getting involved in, and so I've never been away from home, never been evacuated, never, apart from staying at Boydell's, I've never been anywhere. I don't think I've been on holiday. I can't remember ever being away at all from home. And it was a really, frightening experience. And getting at the camp when we did, and everybody shouting at you, and we never have been used to that. And really felt, it was. I went in for 18 months. I was unfortunate. While I was in, they put it up to 2 years, so they can do. Instead of doing 18 months, we have to do 2 years, and it seemed like a lifetime. And I never really enjoyed it. I was lucky in a lot of ways because I went in the medical and I had a probably cushy job. But I never liked being away from home. I never liked, because you never felt you were your own boss. You always felt there was somebody there that would tell you what to do, and watching you, and watching you how you walked about, and you had to have your hat on if you went out, and you had to salute. And I never cared for that. And I remember coming out of the forces, and I thought, well, when I was getting done up there, I was running around the camp to get a chitty signed by every the people that were involved. There were about 6 or 7 different sections of the Air Force where you could get a release document from. And I remember going around and running around that camp, and couldn't get away faster. And I remember getting the train, I remember getting off at Foster Square and coming up home. I thought, just about being like released from prison. I don't know if being released from prison like, but it was fantastic. Which were in all of them, wasn't it? So you and I was only little. And like on a Saturday night, there used to be called the Star Final. There were no, like they went to the sports, do you remember the sports?
Yeah.
Well, they didn't have them. You had one paper, but the latest one, with all the football results in, on a Saturday night, we called the Star Final.
Yeah.
And it was an ordinary paper which had the star on it, and it says Final. And that came out bang after the football result. Well, most of your readers, most of the people wanted this Star Final, you see. And it takes, I can put this in, but it takes some believing now when you think about the television and radio and everything. But I used to, the chap, a right tall fellow who used to give the papers out, and he used to have to, in Drake Street, they had this office, about as big as this. And if you were back at Kew, I might have been a bit late, and you were back here, like desks were there, and they served in order. And he used to look after me, this picture. And he'd give me my papers. I'd try and weave my way under to try and get in front. And they knew a lot of them, they didn't let me do it.
Yeah.
And he'd give me my papers first, because if you got your papers first, as soon as you come out of the office, there were a big crowd of people buying them off you.
Yeah.
I'd go, and now you're supposed to sell them, we're against the law selling papers. I don't even know this.
No.
Yeah, you'd have a license to sell papers outside. You could deliver them to houses.
Yeah.
And I can put this in. But the sun's coming out now. Jan, you could not sell them outside. But as soon as I got out of the office, and I knew this, as soon as I got out of the office, all my 15 dozen would go. Sometimes he'd give me 20 dozen. I'd pay for them, I didn't get them, but he'd give me 20 and he'd say, see you after. And I'd go outside and I'd sell them. I'd get them on my Drake Street and they'd all gone. I used to go back then and get 15. Well, then I used to get me 15 dozen to deliver. Because by the time I'd sold these 20 dozen, there were other people selling them.
Yeah.
But if these news vendors saw you, they used to go mad. Because their job was selling them in town like they do now, They had their own little things, you see. Grady, you remember Grady's?
Yeah.
Well, they were one of them. Mrs. Grady sold papers.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah, I remember it vaguely,
Yeah. Well, she had a paper. Well, it was her husband's. He was out big platform, but he died.
Yeah.
And she sold papers. Mrs. Grady, she sold papers. And that's what their job, you see. And they saw you, doing it, which is, I mean, I didn't think at that time because I was only a kid. But they used to, so they'd let me have them. I'd go out and sell them all. And I'd go back for 15 dozen more. And I used to deliver. Because by the time I sold me 20 dozen, there were most of them outside selling them anyway, so you couldn't sell any more, really.
Yeah.
And I used to go out for 15 dozen. But after the war, the boots gradually, like the women's boots and the Beamer and the Dandy and all them, they all started coming out. And the place in Bradford, what used to sell them were on all ends. I forget what they call it now, Smiths or something. I can't remember what they call it. Anyway, I was 13 years old. This when I had the down, and I got an interview with the Smiths to ask them if I could buy these books off them, so I could make a lot of money selling, selling books to people, taking books out and comics and stuff like that. I thought I'd make a lot of money. So anyway, I went to Smiths and I got this interview, and he said, "Oh, too young." I said, "I can't give you to sign something, I couldn't remember. I didn't have to do it for Telegas, so I was going to pay him. I was going to pay him for them. Yeah. I wasn't going to get them on credit or anything. But unless I can't remember. Unless it didn't work that way. Unless you had to have them on credit, I can't remember. And he said, "No, bring your dad down." And my dad won't go with me. I mean, I haven't told a lot of people, but it's true. Is that he won't? I asked him, and he always said, "I haven't time. And so I never did it. I never went down and. Well, sure, but I mean, at 13, I don't know what my mother said, I don't know, I can't remember all the details, I mean, I can remember a lot of things, but nobody went with me.
No.
I mean, I could have asked our gym problem, but I think they were in courses.
Yeah.
Well, they were in courses. And, right disappointed because I got these things. But I must have been nearly 14, I think, I was probably 13 and a half, and I said, I wanted to work then. I think we were a manager who started working. But I say them days you think, 13 years old, I'm in a paper round, I don't know how I did it really. I never saved any money, really, because I used to give it away. I used to take my mum, which I'm not bothered about. Boydles, I mean, they used to have me pounds to buy it, and they used to go mad because they used to. It's a lot of money. I mean, I don't know what £3 and then it'd be worth now, but it was a lot of money then, £3. 1945 or 1944. I mean, I don't know what it would be worth now.
Well, it's a wage, isn't it?
Well, it was double my wage, so I don't think my dad got a lot more.
No.
I think my dad only got about £4.75. £4.15 shillings or something wage. I'm sure he did. Something like that. And I've told a lot of people this story and probably had a good version to say it, but it's quite true. And My mother still kept the same butcher, and it was just near the Clayton Lake Club around the corner. They called it Arkley's, this butcher. And this Christmas Eve, she says to me, go down for the meat. And it was late on Christmas, so I remember it being very late, probably 5 o'clock Christmas Eve. And she says, and there's half a crown for the meat. And he used to give us, like, we didn't just get a joint, he used to give us, I don't know, a bit of pork and a bit of beef, and a couple of pounds of sausage, and a pound of sausage. We used to get a parcel for this half a crown. And she gave me a penny, so she said, oh, go in church before you go down and put us in the crib. This penny. Have I told you?
No.
No, I'll tell everybody else it. It's quite true, there's a lot of people who think it's true, but it is. And I remember going down Packet Street and going in the church, and there was nobody in the church. I went to the crib and said a prayer at the crib, and I put the money in the box in the crib, and I walked out to the back butcher's, and I come from Mum's meat, had it all wrapped up in this parcel. Put my hand in my pocket, and I'd only this penny. See, so what's that, half a crown? And you realise what's happened now.
Yeah.
So anyway, I says to him, I says, I've only got a penny. I says, I had half a crown. And then I say, it struck me like that, and then I won't go back up to it. We have Father Blessing with the college case, and we were big. He had a big dog, I always remember, a big fella, really big Irish chap. And I run right back up to, I don't want to tell the butcher's close, but I run right back up to Main Street. I says to him, I'll tell you what I've done. So I must put the half a crown in the box. He said, well, you have to go down to church. I haven't got another half crown for any meat. I can't afford any more. She couldn't. Whenever it went out, we'd have no meat Christmas Day. So anyway, I said, I'm not going down there then. And I finished up, I knew I had to. So I walked down Park Lane. It was bad as going in the forces, like I told you about. So I felt, and I was really fine. And anyway, I plucked up all my strength, I got to the door, and I rung his back, the front door. And he came to the door. I was opening it with Father Craig, or with Father Kelly, or with the priest. And he came, what do you want? I always remember this big dog, I don't know what kind of a dog it was, a big dog at the side of it. And I said, and I tried to stutter it out, and I said, I've been to, I says, my mother give me half a crown and a penny, and I says, I must put the half crown in the box, in the big box. He says, come on then, he says, come on, go in, he says, have a look. Well, nobody put half, if there were half a crown in that box, nobody put half a crown in. Anyway, I went to the box, opened the box, a little square box again, and he says, found the half a crown. I said, give me the half a crown. I said, watch what you're doing next time, look, I'm walking out of church. Come here, he called me back. He says, where's the penny? And that's all this true.
And when he put it in.
Oh yeah, well, I was so relieved, and I run down that. I skipped down that butcher's with this half a crown in my hand. And oh yeah, I mean it was like a load going off you, going up in mine. I thought, thank God for that. I carried this parcel up back up and I said, I've got it, I thought, thank God for that. But it was real, Father Blessing is when you were young, they were only 8, and he seemed tremendous. I don't know how tall he was, but he seemed a tremendous big fellow. And as I say, I remember I served at Mass. I was a choir boy, I served at Mass, and when I look back at that time, so we used to love, go back here now, I used to love to be a funeral, because if you said Mass at a funeral, and we used to all want it to be Kit Ward were down College Street, College Road, and if it was Kit Ward, they were doing it. After the break-room was over, the Mass, you used to go down to the office now, and not only did it, another 10-15 minutes from going to school, you used to go down to the office down and knock on the window, And whoever had been serving used to give you a shilling or what.
Mm.
And it wasted under the 15 minutes because the Raker was massive that time, as far as I remember. They were always at 9 o'clock. They didn't have them 11 o'clock. I might be wrong, but I don't remember. It used to be always 9 o'clock to Raker. And I say, the time the Raker we were over, it was 20 till 10, and you went down to collect this shilling. And you know, you'd wasted another 10 minutes, you know, from school life. And also as I say, the thing is, the first thing we used to ask when we were saying this Requiem, who's doing the funeral? Because nobody else gives us any money, only keep was. You know. That's it, isn't it? Do I mention to the children?
Yeah, you can mention all you like.
We've been married 40 years on April 2nd, which is not far away now. We're having another big get together. We've got quite a lot of people coming from Bradford on the coach. We're having it at the links. And Mum and me, we've had some ups and downs like everybody else. But I think we've had a nice life together. And we've been blessed with 6 children. Many a time I thought there were 6 too many, but we've enjoyed you all. And I hope that you all have a happy married life, as your mum and I have done. And you know, as I say, we all have ups and downs. It's, you know, when you look back on life, you think, well, why did I argue and why did I do this? And you're mellow. As you get on in life, you're mellow. Still argue, but you're mellow. And I hope, as I say, you have a happy married life and a nice life, and look after each other. And we'll say, we think we've done the best we can for you, and we hope you'll, where you're gone, I hope you remember us. Is that good enough?
Very good, yeah. And I'd just like to point out that cut just above your eyes coming out, and it's not because of fighting.
Oh yeah, no, yeah.
Because it'll show up, and everybody will wonder why.
No, I'll bang it again.
In years to come, why you've got a cut above your eye.
Can it see on there?
Yeah.
Have you mentioned it?
Well, that's it now. Over and out.